You're violating my rights and my personal space right now. You want to get fired, dude? $500,000 lawsuit? Back up. Is the body cam on? Is it, bro?
Today, we're talking about people who were unfortunate enough to encounter police officers who didn't know the law very well. These cops acted as if they were above the law, treating individuals like they were criminals, even though these people had done nothing wrong. From the officer who detained a man for filming in front of his child to the one who lost his temper because he was being filmed, we're highlighting some of the worst cases of police overstepping their bounds. Let's go to the video. This man decided to exercise his constitutional rights to see how some cops would react, and it didn't turn out great. Let's start from the very beginning. The man was filming from the sidewalk at a safe distance when the police got upset. One cop walked up to him and told him to back off. But isn't it ironic? They approached him, not the other way around. Then this officer started making up excuses, claiming the man's camera was interfering with their investigation, though he couldn't really explain how the camera was the problem. If the cops truly needed some space to conduct their investigation, they should have cordoned off the area with some crime scene tape. There's no specific law that sets a mandatory distance people must keep from police during an investigation. This just shows how important it is to know your rights and stand your ground when you're not actually breaking the law.
Looks like they got some older lady here.
Can you back up a little bit?
I don't do favors, bro.
Back up a little bit. You're way too close.
I'm not way too close.
You're in front of my police car. Back up to the police car. Back up.
I'm not. Don't get close to me, dude. You're invading my space.
We're doing an investigation. Back up. We are doing an investigation. I need you to back up.
Call your supervisor.
I need you to back up.
Call your supervisor.
Do you understand? You're way too close. It is the public space. It is the public space. I'm just going to get back next to you. We're doing an investigation. You need to back up.
Dude, quit walking close to me, dude.
Back up. You're way too close to our investigation.
Back up. You don't have authority over me, bro. Back up. California Penal Code 148G. Filming the police is my right.
Film. I'm not telling you can't film.
So go back to work, bro.
Up.
Hey, Sergeant, or whoever you are, get this guy away from me, man. What'd you say? What's your name and badge number?
Tucker 493.
Tucker 493. What's your name and badge number?
Just told you already. Officer Rodriguez 592.
Rodriguez what? 592? Back up, dude. You're violating my rights and my personal space right now. You want to get fired, dude? $500,000 lawsuit? Back up. Is the body cam on?
It's on.
Is it? Red light's on, blinking. You sure it's on? Back up. Dude, do not.
Don't step close to our traffic stop, okay?
Bro, there's no distance, bro. I do this all the time, bro.
Here.
Dude, you better back up, dude. You better back up. This is a public space, but you can't impede me from exercising a First Amendment right. Hey, I do this all the time, bro. There's no set distance on how close I can be. If there is, state of law, state of penal code.
Okay, tell me what it is then.
California Penal Code 148. Public place, I have the right to be here.
Okay, not within our investigation.
Put up crime tape. Put up crime tape, bro. You guys are going to lose your job.
Okay.
Yeah, put up crime tape. You might as well follow his lead, dude. He's at least doing something right. He's putting up crime tape. Officer safety. Officer safety. Shut the f*** up.
I'm just gonna be still.
No, don't give me directives, bro.
On one hand, cops are supposed to maintain a 6-foot distance to.
We all know the job of a police officer of a cop is extremely dangerous. Let's see how these cops dealt with extremely dangerous criminals together, and I'll see you on the other side.
Look at this, you guys. Dude, you're gonna get fired, bro. $500,000 lawsuit. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look, he's putting up crime tape, look.
Alright, you're now inside a crime scene.
Yeah, once it's all four-cornered off. Once it's all four-cornered off, you let me know. And if you want to arrest me, it's going to be a $500,000 lawsuit. Your name will be attached to the lawsuit.
That's fine.
It sure is.
Yep, there you go.
What's your rank?
I'm just an officer, man.
You're just an officer? Yeah, it checks out. Look at this, you guys. They put up crime tape for a traffic stop because they're too scared of a camera. California Penal Code 148G. Learn the law, dude. How long you been an officer? A year? 6 months? You know, training's only 6 to 8 weeks, bro, for you. You ain't. You're a public servant. You're supposed to respect my rights and protect my rights. I'm here to protect her from you guys because you guys are criminal.
on, I don't care.
Look at this. You guys got crime tape all on her car. Look.
I'll make sure to tell her who.
Dude, you guys are going to be famous. You're going to look so bad. So many complaints. Look at this guy smirking. This guy right here. What a piece of...
Yep.
You're a punk. You're a punk. You guys are supposed to protect and serve the people. From what? A camera? Look at it. Man, you guys did a bad job today. You guys must have been trained by Sergeant Cruz, huh?
All right. Need help getting back to...
Rolls downhill.
Even though the police officers thought they were just doing their job, they were actually infringing on constitutional rights, despite being public servants who are supposed to uphold those rights. The man wasn't intimidated at all by the show of force from these officers. He was confident that their actions would cost them their jobs for violating his constitutional rights. It's ironic, considering these same cops swore an oath to protect every citizen's constitutional rights, yet now they acted as though those laws didn't apply to them. Wanting to challenge them further, the man asked for their names and badge numbers. Surprisingly, half of the officers refused to provide this information, even though it's part of their job requirements. These officers really need to remind themselves that they are required to identify themselves when asked by a citizen while in uniform.
So this dude invaded my personal space, threatened me by intimidation, trying to intimidate me. I ain't intimidated by you. You know why? Because I do this all the time, dude. Yeah, you're gonna lose your job, dude. Qualified immunity, bro. It doesn't fucking apply here. You know why? Because I'm exercising in a constitutionally protected activity. You know, when you swore your oath to the badge, bro, you said you were gonna protect the people's rights and serve the Constitution. Did you call in sick that day? Did you call in sick that day? Because you're a tyrant, bro. I'm following you around all day today, bro. Violate my rights again. See what happens. Don't give me directives, bro. She has no reason to be scared of me. Who's the highest ranking officer here? Name and badge number, sir.
Richie, 518.
Name and badge number, ma'am. Name and badge number. She's not going to identify. Excuse me, ma'am. Name and badge number. It's real simple. Name and badge number. Come on, don't do this. All right. So this piece put up crime tape because of this clown.
You needed a specific definition?
To add to the confusion, one of the officers claimed he was putting up tape to protect his team from this man. But how was a man threatening to them? Really? Just because he was filming? If public servants feel threatened by a camera, they might need to reconsider their career choice, because being in the public eye comes with the territory of being a public service.
What crime was she committing for you to put up crime tape?
I was protecting her from you.
You're protecting her from a camera when I'm here to protect her from you.
She just told me she's scared of you. She's
Because of this clown.
She's afraid to leave because of you. She's somewhere else she's at.
This clown. Look at this guy. Oh my God, look at you. What are you so afraid of, bro? It's a camera, dog. Very weird. What's weird? California Penal Code, the right to record public officers. Yeah, look it up, dude. You're going to get educated when you get back to the office. I'm going straight to your department, going to go speak to your lieutenant, your watch commander, whoever I got to. You don't care, huh? You don't care, huh? You just think you're going to get away with everything, huh? You probably take people out of their cars illegally, ID them illegally, slam them to the ground, and then blame it on them, huh?
You say so.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm going to request your whole jacket, bro.
You good?
Yeah, we're good. You're dismissed, punk. Learn the law, dude. Punk. Hey, real quick. Hey, who is the highest ranking officer here during that traffic stop?
We're all officers.
So no one's higher than anybody? Okay.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of the cell phone now?
What's the purpose of this?
On your rig? I know your camera's doing camera stuff.
Yeah, this is live.
Okay.
Cell phone's live. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not like acting as a viewport or anything?
No.
To make your screen bigger? So
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this one's live. This one goes on to the scan disc and I edit it later.
Cool. I just thought it was maybe so you had a better view, because I know those have a really tight viewpoint on them.
So I do this all the time, man. It right here was uncalled for.
All right, man. Have a great day.
Many cops seem to think they're above the law and sometimes even make up their own rules, expecting people to just follow along. Take these two cops who pulled over a man for no apparent reason. For example, he hadn't committed any traffic offenses, but they demanded his ID. Knowing he hadn't broken any law and that the police have no right to demand his ID under those circumstances, the man chose not to comply. The officers then went to make up a rule on the spot, claiming that everyone must identify themselves while in a motor vehicle. When the man challenged them to show him this law, they went silent. Then they told him to get out of his car without providing any explanation. Ironically, these cops admitted on camera that they knew they hadn't broken any laws, so why were they asking for his ID? The man tried to reason with them, explaining that they needed a legitimate reason to pull him over. Suddenly, they accused him of speeding. Seems like cops sometimes stretch to find any reason to justify their actions. Later, they claimed they needed to ID him for their safety. But how would having the man's ID confirm their safety? That just doesn't make any sense.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Whatever the traffic stop was, it doesn't really matter. I'm not here for that, obviously. Just
in case I started recording, because
that's fine.
if anything, if I need it for court or anything.
You can record all you want, no problem. You're obligated when you're in a motor vehicle to present your ID.
When you're driving?
When you're in the motor vehicle, yes, like right now.
Can I see what law is that?
I don't have the law book on me. I know the law. That's.
So if you know it, how come?
If you weren't in the car and you parked in a parking lot, no. But as far as the motor vehicle being operated, yes.
Right. So get the law for me. Give me what law it is, and then
law for you.
you're a police officer. You're supposed to know all the laws and
Let me talk to you. Step out of the car for me.
I'm not stepping out of the car. I'm not stepping out of the car for my safety.
For your safety?
For my safety.
What do you think? We're going to beat you up?
No, but once you tell somebody to step out of the car, it's either they're being arrested, you're going to take them in for questioning or something like that. Okay. If I'm not going to be... I'd rather stay here where this is recording in case something happens.
Mr. Lawyer, okay?
No, I told him I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. But I value my rights. I have rights. I know the Constitution. I know what rights I have.
We do with every single car. You give up your rights when you're in the car.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
When you're driving.
You have to present your ID.
Yeah, when you're driving.
Your ID, that's fine. But you got to give them a name.
I'm not giving out my name just because. Because you're gonna start. I need your name. I need your date of birth. You're gonna look me up. You're gonna have my address. You're gonna have all the information. Yeah. But what crimes did I commit?
You didn't say you committed any, did he?
No one's saying we do it with every single car.
Yep.
As far as you getting out of the car, I know you're thinking you're Joe Attorney.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that.
If you're getting arrested, you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not.
All right. So when you say I'm being arrested, then we'll take it from there.
Why would I say that? Why would I say you're being arrested?
I don't know.
In the passenger
yeah, because you're asking me for my name, my date of birth.
That's just for our safety. That's why we do that.
Yeah, but why did he get pulled over? Right?
Had him for speeding.
Okay, so that's his problem.
Yeah, but
I'll just get in the right home.
Listen, but you're in the car. Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't commit a crime. I didn't speed.
We're not saying that you did. We identify everyone in the car.
You're not
every
listening.
single car stop.
I am listening.
Okay. When you get out of the car, okay, we don't just arrest people to get out of the car. We just don't tell you to get out for the heck of it, okay? For our safety, we ask for ID. Now you're obligated by the state to do that, okay?
Do you see anybody shooting? Do you see anybody with a bazooka?
No, I'm not here to be a debate. That's for court, okay?
All right, so whatever you got to do, but I'm not giving up my rights. I'm not giving up my rights. And I know that's not a law. Once you tell me the law, what number it is, everything, we're going to look it up, stuff like that.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Where are you guys from?
Providence.
A supervisor arrived quickly at the scene. Normally, you'd expect a supervisor to calm things down and correct his officers if they're in the wrong, but this one was a letdown. He insisted that they had the right to forcibly remove the man from his car. Technically, they might have that power, but that doesn't mean it's an appropriate action to take. The supervisor also tried to twist things by claiming the man was being disrespectful to them. However, respect is something that's earned, and these officers certainly hadn't earned any. As the officers kept pressuring the man to hand over his ID, he finally gave in, against his will, to avoid being jailed. The man found it odd that the cops were so adamant about getting his ID when he hadn't been involved in any traffic violations or caught committing any crime. The supervisor quickly said they need to identify him because they didn't know him. But that's exactly the point. He didn't have to be known to them. That's what the Fourth Amendment is about, though it seems these cops might not be too familiar with it. The man remained composed, knowing that the police wouldn't find anything incriminating linked to his name. No crimes or offenses. But on the flip side, the officers were the ones who ended up looking bad.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
Well, just going home from work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hop off just for a minute? Just want to talk to you real quick.
Nah, I want to stay with the camera recording because I don't know. You know, I don't want to be.
Feel free to bring the camera with you.
I don't want to carry that and have it in your face, you know.
Okay.
But,
Then you know what?
I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to take you guys away from doing your job and stuff. But they say that when you have rights, either you use them or you lose them, you know.
You're not disrespectful, okay? But you are breaking the law.
I am.
Okay. The United States Supreme Court says that we have every right to take you out of this car while we conduct the traffic stop.
Even when I'm not being arrested, I wasn't driving, I don't have any probable cause, you know. Just with my friend, because he already got a ticket, he's late for, he's giving me a ride, as a courtesy, for me, because my car broke down. I'll give you my ID, all right? Because I've been here for 31 years in this country, never been arrested, don't have any kind of,
I'm not arguing any of that stuff.
I don't have any records, everything's clean,
Do we have his ID?
Yeah, I'll give it to him now, just for my friend. If it was me, I'll be here till 5 in the morning. I don't have it. Yeah, I'll just give it to you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reach for my ID, all right?
You go right ahead.
Just for my friend.
Yep.
I'll give up my rights for my friend.
Well, it has nothing to do with rights, my friend.
All right, here you go. You're not gonna find anything. I just wanna, we have the rights. If you don't use it, you lose it, and that's where it's going in this country already.
You do have rights, and I understand that. I'm well versed in the Constitution.
Yeah, I follow.
You do have rights.
Yeah, I follow. I try to follow all the laws. I try to learn everything, so I
But you do have to identify yourself when the police.
They say if you're being arrested, there's probable cause, or you're being a danger,
Yeah, I don't know who you are as the passenger if you don't tell us. So.
Yeah, but I wasn't driving. I didn't commit any crime. There's no probable cause that I'm going to commit a crime. You didn't catch me in the act of committing a crime.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know who you are.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying too?
I do. I do. However, just so you know in the future, you do have to provide.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to call the chief of police and ask him, just to make sure, because if it is, and I'm wrong, the next time, I know better,
Well, the Attorney General's office, they can really tell you. Just tell them the situation. I was a passenger in a car. I was asked to provide my ID, and they'll let you know that is the case.
Okay, I want to find that out because I try to keep up with all the laws, and that's a new law, and I don't know about it. I want to find out.
Power.
Yeah, I just wrote that today on Facebook. I said knowledge is power. Same thing like that.
Yep, absolutely.
I said read and learn. I try to always keep up with all the laws, the new laws, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, everything.
Why not?
Just so, Yep. I've been here for 31 years, never been arrested, never been in trouble with the police, never been in any kind of trouble, ever.
You ever been stopped and asked for your ID when you're a passenger?
Well, no, never.
Never, huh? Okay.
It just because I have two cars, but they both broke down, so,
Gotcha.
So then he's giving me a ride forward.
The reason why we do that is obviously to check anybody, see if they have warrants or whatever. We don't know who the passenger is, the car.
Yeah, but you see what the problem with that is?
Do you know what the real issue was here? The problem was that these cops thought their badge and uniform meant everything they said was law. Ideally, that's how it should work. Police officers are supposed to uphold the law properly, which is why they're called law enforcers. But the trouble starts when police start creating their own rules and treating them as if they're actual laws. These officers did just that. They pulled over a man for no valid reason and treated it like a legal stop, where the man had to identify himself. However, for a stop to be legally justified, the cops must have a legitimate reason to pull someone over. Just wearing a badge doesn't grant them the power to bend the rules as they see fit.
We don't just accost people on the street and ask them for their identification.
Yeah, but that's where it's going.
Yep.
In New York,
listen, we're not in New York.
It's already like that.
We're not in New York. We're in Rhode Island. Okay? And the courts say that
you are stopped by the police for a legal reason, which this was a legal reason, you committed a traffic violation of some sort, we have the right to identify any passengers in the motor vehicle.
Yeah, but you know that in New York, they didn't have that law before.
We're not in New York.
I mean, but they didn't have it there. Just like they don't have it here, it might go there. If you don't use our rights, if you don't flex your rights, that's where it's going to go, right there, Nazi Germany.
That's when you notify your state rep and you...
Now, pretty soon I'll be going down the street, walking around, papers, please, papers.
No, that's...
You know, that's where it's going. I mean, I'm sad to say about this is where it's going in this country. Man, when I was here, back when I first came in here, back in the 80s, the 90s, it was lovely to, here, but the way it's going now, I don't know if that was after 9/11 or what happened, but I just can't do anything anymore without having your papers, it's sad, it's sad.
The man pointed out to the supervisor that this was the first time anyone had ever threatened his constitutional rights in such a manner. The supervisor's response was quite telling. He seemed shocked that no one had previously demanded this man's ID. But isn't that the way it should be? If someone isn't breaking the law, they're protected by constitutional rights. Not all cops are overbearing like this supervisor. Odd as it may seem to him, there are plenty of good cops out there who actually just do their jobs the right way. Even if the man had been speeding, it's just a minor traffic violation, not a crime. The most these officers should have done was write him a ticket and let him continue on with his day. Making a big deal at such matters isn't what law enforcement is supposed to be about.
And I don't have anything to hide or anything, but...
I'm not saying that you do.
No, I don't know, but it seems like that. When you want to give out your name and ID, it seems like, all these red flags. What is he hiding?
You're one person. This case that this sergeant is talking about came from a state trooper asking for identification from a bus full of people. And the Supreme Court found that it was warranted. And they can ask for identification.
So even all those innocent people that were just there along for the ride, they have to go through all this hassle, give out the names, the date of birth, the social security, just because somebody else did something? We all have to pay for it? I mean, does that seem right? Now, if you're looking for a person driving the same type of car that was being looked for the crime he committed, it was driving a car that's similar to this one, a red Civic, we're looking for that type of car, there's a wanted, and then you stop into that car, then they go, all right, we stop somebody driving that same, we're looking for somebody that's driving the same type of car, he's being looked for, he committed a crime, all right, I will understand that. But asking me all this because he was speeding, I mean, it doesn't go together. It makes no sense.
The courts have said that we can.
All right. Now I'm just gonna, look that up. I'm not saying that you're lying, but I want to make sure for myself.
I'm gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Like I said, no benefit for me. Probably
No.
the Attorney General's office and.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that out because.
You can just Google search it.
No, I don't trust Google. I go straight for the source. You can't believe anything you read online. There's too many, like he says, too many lawyers online. They think they know everything, and then they tell you something that is not even true.
On the Rhode Island State website, you can look up all the Rhode Island general law.
Okay. Yeah, I have the phone number for the.
If you do a search on there of obstruction of justice, the entire definition of the statute will come up.
All right.
You'll see that.
And it's going to say if you're a passenger on a car and you get asked for the ID.
It won't be that specific.
You see?
That comes
I want to see where it says that. I want to see where it says that exact word. If you get stopped, your passenger must, by law, give out his name and everything, or go straight to jail. I want to see that.
Okay, well, do you want to roll down your window?
Yeah, he's all set.
Yeah, he's all set. Thanks, sir.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, man. Take care.
Appreciate it.
All right.
You don't need to be a law expert to know that a police officer needs a reasonable, articulable suspicion to approach you and ask for anything. Yet this young cop seemed to misunderstand what that meant. He approached the man just because his car was parked in a parking lot after the business had closed, claiming it looked suspicious. But that's not a reasonable, articulable suspicion. It's just a personal feeling. The man asked the cop what crime he thought was going to be committed, but all the cop did was throw the question back at him, which didn't make sense. Not the brightest response, I'm sure you would agree. The man tried to explain and calm the situation down by pointing out that he was just there to transport goods, which was evident from the transport plates on his car. Despite this, the police officers escalated the situation, compromising the safety of the man and the wife, who were just trying to make an honest living as transporters. One of the cops even tried to force his way into the vehicle, which he had no right to do. This situation serves as a good reminder to always lock your doors when dealing with police officers like these, who may overstep their bounds. After all, the parking lot is still public property, so why does it matter if the business is closed and there's a car parked there? There are many other cars in the lot, but the police chose to single out these individuals, treating them as if they were criminals. It seemed like they were just bored at work and looking for a way to boost their egos.
Suspect me of committing a crime. Do you have RAS? Do you have RAS? Reasonable, articulable suspicion. Is that illegal? Is that illegal? Is there a sign suspicious? Is that a felony or a misdemeanor? Do you want to make headlines? Now I put my light down since you put your light down. Do you see these plates? I have transport plates. I don't answer questions. I have not committed a crime. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? If so, what crime do you suspect me of committing? I don't answer questions. And I'm going to tell you, you can see transport plates. You see these are All-Tech vehicles. You can see my car is hooked up to that truck. You're not getting in my car, bro. Bro, you're not getting in my car. Call 911. Call my 911. You see you're being recorded? I have transport plates on the front of my vehicle. I am shut down. I'm not getting out of here, bro. I'm not getting out of this car. There's an officer over here threatening my life, my safety, and my liberty. He's trying to get in my car. He's trying to break into this truck.
No, we're transporters. We're from All-Tech over here on Elizabeth.
They came over here demanding ID. Send the state trooper over here or somebody. Your door locked too. We don't have to get out of here. We need a supervisor ASAP.
We're over here at Sam's.
I need a supervisor.
We are transporters from All-Tech.
My hands are right here.
I'm videoing everything.
Don't vibe on this.
Officers.
These guys are terrorizing. You're scaring me. I'm not armed. You got a gun. They got us with our hands up. They're getting us unlawful orders.
We're surrounded right now. We are transporters.
We are
from
transporters.
All-Tech. Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
Brand new All-Tech.
There's no non-parking signs. We are shutting down for the night.
I don't have to get out of here. I haven't done anything wrong.
They're trying to get us out of the vehicle and everything. We have not committed a crime.
Bro.
We haven't done anything wrong.
I haven't done anything. Look, let's remain.
I'm sorry. We are parked. We are parked. We're not driving. This is no ID
We
state.
have the right to remain silent, bro. And right now, you are committing deprivation under the code of law. I address you and I demand you to cease and desist.
A sergeant is on the way.
This is deprivation under the code of law. I haven't broken any lines. Any laws. What is your name and badge number? You're a public servant. You're a public servant. What is your name and badge number, sir? I don't even know if these real cops, they won't even tell who they are.
They won't tell us who
I don't care about that, bro. I don't know if you're the cop. Anybody can get a badge and a gun and a fake thing. I don't know that.
While it's common to hear about racial profiling where white police officers target individuals of color, this situation is unusual. A group of officers spotted a white man walking on the sidewalk nowhere near the police station and told him to go back to his country. Imagine if the roles were reversed. Those same officers would probably react strongly if anyone challenged their rights in such a way. Makes you wonder why they would treat someone else in such a manner they would never tolerate themselves. Moreover, the officers falsely claimed that the man was on private property. Clearly, these officers needed a lesson on the difference between private and public spaces because a sidewalk is a public property. The man responded by calling the officers racist, which they didn't appreciate at all, leading to an argument. But everyone has the right to freedom of speech, right? Just because the police didn't like what they were hearing doesn't mean the man should have to give up his civil rights to avoid offending them. He could have said much worse, and they still wouldn't have had the grounds to take action against him. Ultimately, realizing they couldn't intimidate him, the officers had to walk away, perhaps a little bit humbled. Maybe, just maybe, they learned a lesson from this encounter.
Is that right, Major? No, I have freedom of speech. And she told me, no, that's what if somebody told you something like that? Something insensitive to your skin color. How would you feel about it? Right? You wouldn't appreciate it very much. Listen, I'm not a police officer. I don't have to carry that burden of being told. And if somebody told you something racially motivated, I'm sure you wouldn't take too kindly to it, Sergeant. Well, I didn't do anything but just confront her about it. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just telling her that that's crazy. And I will be talking to the warden about her, her actions here today. That's insane. Yeah, you see the difference. They wouldn't be able to put these telephone poles over here if it were private property, because these are what's called public utilities. So they would have to work on them, right? That means they're public utilities. That means that line right there, that's all public property, because they wouldn't be able to work on it unless. You too, Sergeant. You have a great day, Officer Moss. You too.
Please don't go on that ground.
I'm on publicly accessible property right now. You guys are a bunch of racists. Racists. I got freedom of speech. Please don't tell me what to say, officer. I don't want to argue with you, sir. Sir, I don't want to argue with you, but I have freedom of speech. Please. Please. I can say whatever I'd like, sir. This is why this is America, and this is a free country, and we have. I don't care, sir. Sir, I'm trying. Sir,
You want to get locked up for something. That's all we.
If you're gonna lock me up for freedom of speech, go ahead.
You can leave.
Do it.
You can leave.
Lock me up for freedom of speech. Please inform your officer that I have freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech. I could say way worse than calling them racist, okay? But I'm choosing to be cordial. I could say way worse. I can call them what I really think, but I'm choosing not to use profanities. I'm calling them what they are. They're a bunch of racists. You're gonna be held accountable for this. You know that, right? I'll be speaking to the warden, and I'm sure a whole bunch of other people will be too. Officer Moss over here trying to curtail my freedom of speech. Take care, Sergeant. You guys stay safe.
Now let's talk about some cops who arrested a guy simply because he bruised their ego so badly they couldn't let it slide. This whole incident was caught on one of the officer's body cameras, and honestly, it's shocking that the cop had the audacity to behave like this while knowing everything was being recorded. The footage from these cameras is often reviewed first in any investigation, but this reflects a broader issue with many of today's police officers. If their egos are even slightly wounded, they can react by escalating the situation, taking themselves into a deeper mess without considering the consequences. In this case, the cops' egos took a big hit when they told the man filming nearby that he needed to back off, and he refused, challenging their self-perceived authority. To make things even more complicated, the officers wrongly claimed that he needed permission to film them. And going by that logic, they should have asked permission to film him as well, right? But clearly, these officers believed that wearing a uniform meant normal rules didn't apply to them. These same officers, who were quick to trample on this guy's civil rights, also complained that he was rude to them. However, he wasn't obligated to be polite, especially not while they were verbally harassing him. How could they expect civility from someone they were treating so poorly? The ego of one of the officers was so bruised that he quickly escalated things. He threatened to arrest the guy, and within seconds he had him in handcuffs, all because the guy didn't comply with their arbitrary rules. But every citizen must stand up for their rights, even if it means facing arrest.
And then use no touch if he wants to pull somebody over. Hey man, go sit over there if you can be over here. I don't need your directives. Yeah, you're interfering. No, I don't. I'm not interfering with nothing. Sir, you're this is a First Amendment protected activity. Thank you. Exercise your First Amendment over here. No, I don't have to. I'm telling you, sir, you do. Is it a lawful order? It's perfectly fine to videotape. Is it a lawful order? You're taking our attention off of traffic. It is a lawful order. For me to tell you to go over there? He's conducting his traffic stop. You are, sir. All right. That's not gonna work, man. Y'all term maturity is over with. You do know that when you cross street, you also have that orange hand? It don't matter. That's only if there's no, if it's clear I can cross. No, that's not how it works, man. Read the law, man. Read the law. If it's clear, I can cross. Stop it. You're not gonna win. I'm get his name and badge number for not using his turn signal.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Y'all can't break the law.
For you to get his name and badge number, it's okay. What do you mean? You don't think it's okay?
It's not okay. What he just did is not. How is he going to pull somebody over breaking the law?
I just said it's okay to get his name and badge.
I don't need your permission, bro. I'm telling you what I'm going to do.
Do what you want to do. Nobody really cares.
Hey, you know what? Shut up, man. Shut up talking to me, bro.
You're very rude.
I don't have to be nice to y'all tyrants.
You're a very rude adult.
What y'all doing right here is victimless crimes.
You're a very rude guy.
I don't have to be nice to you.
I'm saying you're very rude.
I don't give a man.
I'm a very nice guy.
I don't care.
Very nice guy.
I don't give a y'all do dirty.
Yeah,
y'all don't deserve no respect, especially from me. All y'all as a whole.
Nobody needs your respect. I'm just saying you're kind of rude.
Alright then. Shut the fuck up about it, man.
You're gonna mess your whole night up being upset.
How? This is what I do. Film tyrants. Look, I'm on the public sidewalk. Y'all don't have authority on the sidewalk, bro. I'm not causing shit. He's conducting his traffic stop, isn't he? Yours.
Get over
Y'all
there.
back up. Y'all back up, man. It's not gonna work.
You have my partner's back to this right here. Means you're interfering.
No, I'm not.
You got 5 seconds.
His traffic stop.
You're gonna go. We're gonna take you to jail. It's simple.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all will violate my civil rights, and y'all will be held responsible. Don't worry about it.
Okay, do what you want.
There is no crime. Y'all can't turn a First Amendment protected activity into a crime.
I'm just gonna stand here. I'm just in my space. Just
Go ahead. I can move around. See, that's the thing about that, bro. That's the thing about. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. What's your name and badge number?
Are you detaining me? Are you detaining me?
I'm at. Don't worry. Everything's on camera. Everything's on your camera.
You gonna put the camera in my face?
No, I didn't put it.
You gonna keep interfering, sir?
You walked up to me. Remember what you're saying.
This guy realized he was about to be arrested for no good reason, so he decided to ask for a supervisor. Despite repeating his request several times, the cops ignored him, even though it's their responsibility to comply when a citizen asks to speak to a supervisor. They aren't allowed to just decide not to call one. To make things worse, these officers began searching the guy's pockets without a warrant, ignoring his protests and refusal to consent to a search. It looks like these cops are heading for some serious trouble. The guy asked why he was being arrested, and they claimed it was because he was obstructing their investigation. But in reality, they were just conducting a routine traffic stop, which was probably unwarranted. No law says citizens can't record traffic stops. We really hope these officers will be held accountable and potentially dismissed, because nobody wants police officers who treat law-abiding citizens like the worst kind of criminals.
To be properly documented. Go ahead, do what you have to do. I need your supervisor. I need your supervisor. I need your supervisor.
You'll get a supervisor in a second.
Stop hurting me. Stop.
Nobody's hurting
I don't consent to illegal searches and seizures. I do not consent to illegal searches and seizures. You cannot pat me down. You cannot go inside of my pockets.
Am I going inside your pockets?
I do not consent to illegal searches and seizures. What I'm doing is protected by the Constitution.
What you're doing is taking officers right.
He's conducting this traffic stop. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing.
Oh, it's completely wrong what you're doing, sir.
No, it's not.
You're interfering.
No, I'm not. He's conducting this traffic stop, isn't he?
You could have clearly.
No.
Went over there and recorded.
That's not how this works.
You want to get baseball past inside window.
That's not how this works. You walked up to me. It's all on camera. It's all on camera. Don't stop my recording.
Right here? Yeah.
Don't stop my recording. Do not stop my recording. This is unlawful. I need your supervisor.
Yeah, there he is.
All right. Because everything's on camera. Y'all can't lie, man. Y'all done lying. What are you doing? I need to talk to your supervisor. What is he doing, bro? Did you see what? Can you see what he did? I did what? Look how he's being aggressive. Calm him down, sir. De-escalate. De-escalate, sir. What I'm doing is the first. Look, he conducted his traffic stop. So how am I interfering? Just because he doesn't want me there is not lawful. Look how he has me.
You're under arrest.
For what?
For interfering with.
That's not.
Okay, listen to me.
Recording a traffic stop is not considered a. It has to be physical. Exactly. So why am I in handcuffs? No, there is no such thing. There is no such thing. Can I have my phone?
He has it.
What am I being charged for?
Do you have free writing man?
What am I?
No, not yet.
Y'all gonna have to respond for this. What y'all doing is arresting me. Look, you did stop my recording. He stopped my recording, man.
a traffic stop like that, man.
It's a First Amendment protected activity, dude. What y'all doing is unlawful.
We're recording. Don't worry about it.
You heard what he said. He said I walked up, I put my camera in his face. That's what he said. He put me out.
I was right there.
Bro, it's not against the law. Nothing I'm doing is against the law. Y'all feelings don't count, man.
You're right, they don't.
Exactly. So what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What crime did I commit? What crime did I commit? You have to sign off on this.
Right, interfere with public duties.
All right.
That's what it is.
It doesn't work like that. I already got one dismissed. It don't work like that.
You had a marijuana roach in your pocket.
No, I didn't.
It's on camera.
It don't matter.
This police officer didn't seem to be aware that there was a law allowing citizens to film him in public. That law is part of the Constitution, which he swore an oath to protect. It's baffling how he could forget something so fundamental. Sensing trouble from this encounter, a man asked the officer for his name and badge number. However, the officer's ego was so inflated that he wouldn't verbally provide his information. Instead, he just pointed to his name and badge on his uniform. That's not the correct protocol. Officers are supposed to clearly state their name and badge number when asked. It seems like some cops, like this one, think that following this simple rule is beneath them, as if it somehow lowers their status. This attitude can create unnecessary tension and mistrust between police and the community they're meant to serve. The cop didn't like this man's straightforward reason for filming him, simply because he could, so he took matters into his own hands. Shockingly, he even punched at the man's camera, trying to knock it out of his hand. That's probably not what you'd expect. Now the man has grounds to sue the officer for battery. Adding to the irony, the policeman then accused the man of harassing him. Clearly, it's the other way around. The officer was the one misusing his power by not doing his job properly. What the cop didn't anticipate was that this man was well informed about his rights.
No numbers showing. Just for the record, no numbers showing. No numbers showing. No, I'm sorry, mate, but I can't see your numbers. You've not even proved any ID to me. Where's your identity card?
Do you want to see it?
Yes, I want to see your identity card.
On the grounds of what?
On the grounds that I'm allowed to.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. You've got to prove who you are.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I'm not searching you. Take that out of my face.
No, I'm allowed to video record you.
Are you?
Yes, I am. By law.
What's the law?
Doesn't matter what the law is. You should know the law. You should tell me the law.
You're making up. Why are you shaking for?
Because I'm cold.
Are you?
Yeah. No. I'm on my own property. I don't have to do anything you say.
Home property.
No, I'm on my own property.
The tenant?
Yes, I'm the tenant. Yes.
Let's see how much longer.
Pardon? Are you threatening me?
No.
Are you threatening me?
I'm going to get evidence against you and your family to get you evicted.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is that a threat?
Oh, it's what I'll do. It's my job.
Is that right.
Get it out.
Right.
You're putting your hand right
no,
in my
no, I'm
face.
not putting my hand in your face. I am actually stood still on my lawn.
There in my face,
I am still on my lawn. Do not touch me. Do not come
put
near
your
me.
hand in my face again.
Right.
Gary Howard, 6536.
PC constable, or is that a police officer?
Mind your language with me.
Constable. Constable.
Constable.
Constable. That's how I speak.
Is it?
Yes.
Don't swear at me, son.
I didn't swear at you. Don't threaten me. And you will be getting reported now for assault.
Assault?
For assault. I am still on my property.
I'm happy with you there. You had your hand right in my face.
No, I didn't. You do not assault anybody.
Go on.
Right?
We'll make you threats.
I'm not making no threats. It's your job to protect the public.
That's what I'm doing.
And am I not public? I'm not threatening no 70-year-old man. You've come and asked me a question. Pardon? I'm not in your face. I am still on my property.
That's why I'm not putting my hand up to
right? You assaulted me.
No,
I will be putting a complaint with the video, and your video will be on YouTube.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
See you later, Mr. Officer. Pardon? Is that a threat? Is that a threat?
I'll get the evidence against you.
You get the evidence against me for what? Antisocial behaviour. For what? For what reason? What have I done?
That's what I do all the time.
You'll do it all the time. So now that's harassment.
All the time.
Right, now that is harassment. Now that is harassment, Mr. Howard. Yes, it is, Mr. Howard. I am aware of my rights. I will be speaking to my sister along with this video. Right, and I will be putting in where you get done for assault. Okay, Mr. Howard. Thank you very much.
Why do so many police officers seem to dislike being filmed? Take this instance. A cop boldly approached a man who was simply walking on the sidewalk and filming and told him to stop. He even went as far as to suggest that the man needed permission to walk on the sidewalk, which is a ridiculous claim. Some officers really take too many liberties with their authority. What actually was happening was quite innocent. The man was with his friends and they were all distributing flyers. They had every right to do this. It's a form of free speech, and they chose to express themselves in this way. But the officers didn't approve of this either, so they spent the day following this group around, even telling other people not to interact with them. Seems like some officers really didn't have anything better to do that day. They might have a job to do, but their actions suggest otherwise, which is pretty bad. Then some people volunteered for the police. They weren't even actual cops, and yet they thought they had the authority to tell the man to leave just because they felt like it. Who do they think they are? This is even more ridiculous than when actual police officers act like they're above the law. These were just volunteers. They weren't official law enforcement. They didn't even have badges, yet they took it upon themselves to try to remove someone from the sidewalk. Even real police officers don't have the right to arbitrarily do that.
You have to have a permit.
Permit for a sidewalk?
Let me get my camera on too.
Sure.
Okay. You're not.
This is not a good look.
You're not to be spreading.
This is not a good look.
You're not supposed to be down here.
This is public property.
You're not to be down here doing this. Do you realize that your company caused a problem in our community?
Do you have anything relevant to say to me?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've asked you to stop.
Okay, I'm on public property.
You need to stop. Do you realize you're not wanted in this community and you've been asked to leave?
I don't care.
I know you don't care. That's the problem with your group. You just don't care about people or anybody. Do you understand? You've been asked to leave.
All of this for handing out some flyers. This is how much commotion.
All of this because your group has been a direct influence on shutting down Smithfield Foods. You don't realize that's the major employer in our county?
You don't think I know that?
There's a lot of people that have lost their jobs, and you come into this community and pour salt into the wounds of the people that have lost their jobs.
It's not the intent.
You need to well, I don't care what the intent is. What you're doing is causing a disturbance in the community.
I'm not trying to cause a disturbance. I'm just trying to have conversations with people.
You are.
And if people don't want to talk with me, I say thanks for your time and on with your day.
Okay. I'm going to stand right here and I'm going to tell people not to talk to you.
Then fine, do that. This is great content for us. Absolutely ridiculous. This is very anti-free speech.
It's not permission to put me on your film, on your camera.
Okay, are you a public servant?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well then you can be filmed.
No, I cannot. Not a volunteer, public servant.
Okay, you got a badge on.
I'm a volunteer. Now get your camera off.
You need to stop.
Stop what, sir?
Okay, causing a problem in our community.
I'm not trying to cause any problems.
You are.
Listen, sir. When someone's asking you this, a public servant, he's a volunteer type thing. He's asking you nicely to please don't film him.
Okay.
And we're asking you to...
One of the cops came over to talk to the man, but before you go explaining things to someone, you really need to know what you're talking about. He told the man and his friends that they had to leave because someone didn't want them there. But just because some other people might not want something doesn't mean you have to comply. People can want all sorts of things. If someone told these police officers to jump off a bridge, would they just do it because it was requested? Then the police claimed the group was being disorderly and causing problems. Yet, this group wasn't being rude at all. They were simply handing out flyers, filming their activities, and politely asking people if they are interested in chatting. You don't need a permit to talk to people on a public sidewalk, do you? The whole situation shows a misunderstanding of what being disorderly actually means and what rights people have in a public space. When their initial approach didn't work, the police switched tactics, claiming they were actually just concerned for the group's safety all along, suggesting that people might turn against them and their supposed protest. But the truth was, these folks weren't protesting at all, and the police officers weren't genuinely worried about their safety. They were simply trying to manipulate the group into leaving. It's unfortunate for the officers that they couldn't use this situation to boost their egos. Instead, they encountered a group of people who knew their legal rights better than the police did.
We're asking you to stop filming him.
Okay, I won't film him.
We're giving you a lawful order to not do that.
Okay.
If you violate that lawful order, then you're causing a disorderly conduct issue.
We're not filming him anymore. Okay? We're filming you. It's only drawing more attention to why we're here. So I appreciate this. Thank you. Do you know about the Smithfield trial happening?
You don't have a permit to approach people about your product.
Okay. I don't need a permit to talk to people on a public sidewalk.
you're causing a problem in the community.
I'm not. I'm asking people if they want to have a conversation. If they say no, I let them go.
People come to us.
Sure.
They do not want you here.
Okay. That's fine.
Then I'm keeping the peace, and I'm asking you to leave.
All we're asking people.
I'm asking you to leave.
Okay. Here's an example of what I'm doing. Have you all heard about the Smithfield trial?
Okay.
Okay, they don't want to talk. Okay, that's it. I move on. If people don't want to talk, we move on.
Everybody, you don't.
Have y'all heard about the Smithfield trial? The upcoming Smithfield trial?
These are the people that are trying to shut down Smithfield. Okay?
It's not true.
These are the people that are trying to shut down Smithfield.
It's not true.
More importantly, I'm more important for your safety.
We're not here to talk about that.
Well, let me talk.
Go ahead.
I'm more worried about what people here might, how they feel towards you and your protests. I'm more or less walking.
We're not protesting.
Let me finish. Don't cut me off, please. I'm more worried about your safety and not some of these citizens being upset with you than anything.
When you come in on a day that people are trying to enjoy the holiday, and you stir them up, we get calls and complaints about
having conversations. They need to look in the mirror. If people are so triggered and so upset from having a conversation, they need to look in the mirror.
You know what? You need to have a little bit more compassion.
Okay.
With people.
Okay.
So you don't understand that Smithfield has shut.
The issue with this cop started when he spotted a man who had entered an underground parking lot and was filming. The officer quickly drove up to the man and accused him of trespassing. But does this cop really understand what trespassing means? Typically, if it were a private lot, there would be clear signs or notices indicating it's private property so people know not to park or enter without permission. However, the officer didn't stick to that accusation for long and switched to claiming that the man was a threat to him and the building manager because of his suspicious activities. What's worse is that the man was there with his son, and the officer detained him right in front of him. Since when is recording with a camera considered suspicious? The officer seemed to use this situation to portray himself as a victim, which is ironic considering such encounters usually happen in remote places where there aren't many people around to actually pose a threat. Remember, it was the cop who approached this man, not the other way around. Despite this, the man didn't threaten the officer but kept to himself. So why was the cop still there, making a fuss and talking to this man, treating him like the worst kind of criminal?
What's your name and badge number? Just like to know who I'm speaking with?
Dispatch 345. We have two unauthorized individuals in the lower underground parking. I'll be out within. We're taking photographs of everybody here.
We just walked out that door and we were walking across here to go back into the building. So can I get your name and badge number?
Sure. Show me your driver's licenses.
Can you tell me what your name and badge number is?
It's right here.
I can't read that.
It says officer.
Well, is there some sort of an issue?
And I'm 2J345. Yes,
Okay.
there's an issue. You're trespassing. So
where is there a sign that says no access?
It says employees only, employees only.
When I came out that door, it doesn't say that.
I can also ask for your driver's license. I don't need a reason for that.
I can also ask for your driver's license. I don't need a reason for that.
Sure. What do you mean you don't need a reason for that?
I don't.
Do you suspect me of committing any kind of a crime?
Dispatch 345. Can you have...
Wow, we just walked into a bee's nest here.
Or 301 come out, please.
You want to show me where it says restricted?
Of everybody in our vehicles.
And you haven't asked me to leave, so if you asked me to leave, I'd be happy to do that. But you can't trespass me until you ask me to leave.
I'm going to have a lieutenant or a sergeant come out and talk to you.
That's brilliant. Okay, so we'll wait to speak to him. I'm just going to go look at this door again.
Okay, right here.
You can come with me.
You're being detained.
I'm being
right?
detained?
You're being detained right here.
Oh, okay. If I'm being detained, I'll stay right here.
A suspicious activity.
What's suspicious?
Taking photographs.
Taking photographs is suspicious?
This is not a public access area.
I didn't, sir, I've explained to you, I didn't see anywhere that it said restricted access.
Okay,
there is no sign. There's actually a directory there that says that there are certain offices down here on this level. So that's what we're looking for.
Offices are over there.
Well, I've never been here before, I don't know that. So if you could have also gotten out of your car and just directed me to where I need to go.
Well, first of all, we're trying to figure out why you're here taking pictures of us.
Well, I told you, I came out that door, we were going to walk down this.
You haven't answered that question.
You're not letting me speak.
You're telling me what you were doing. I'm telling you.
I walked out that door. We were walking down this walkway. I saw this car sitting here with the lights on, this gentleman sitting in his car. And I said, oh, this is our first time in Provo, never been here before. So I said, here's a Provo police car. So I was walking around taking a look at it. That's all. My name's Jason. I'm here with my son.
So why are you down here doing this?
I was looking for the offices that are listed on the directory.
Do you normally use a camera to use this?
We're taking a tour of the municipal building, yes. I've just met numerous employees upstairs.
You use the cameras when you're walking around looking at new places?
When I'm on a vacation with my son, yeah, I use cameras. As strange as that might sound to you, yes. Yep. When I'm on vacation with my son, I tend to take pictures and video. Yep. I'm sure you do the same.
not in areas where I shouldn't be going.
I think you jumped the gun getting a little too upset with us at first, and we could have had a cordial conversation. I could have explained to you what I was doing.
Problem you may not be aware of is that we do get people coming down here who threaten officers, who want to do
Not me.
vehicles
You got the wrong guy here.
and such. So,
have you seen me do any of that? You suspect me of doing that?
and
Do you have a feeling that that's what I'm about to do?
when I got out of the car to talk to you about this, that's why I was asking, who are you?
Right.
Because normally city employees have a little lanyard with a city badge on it.
I just told you what my name is.
For reasons unclear, the cop stuck to his story that he was the victim, so he called for backup. His supervisor showed up and took the time to listen to the man. The man explained that he enjoys exploring federal buildings with public access when he travels with his son, and that he ended up in the parking lot by mistake, following a sign in the building indicating there was an office on that level. The supervisor was understanding and reassured the man that he wasn't being detained. With this, the first cop quietly left the scene, probably a bit embarrassed, as it was one of those rare times when the supervisor didn't automatically side with his officers.
Do I look like I'm trying to secret myself? I'm walking around in broad daylight with a 2-foot stick in my hand.
This gentleman was taking pictures.
Yeah, I'll continue the conversation with the sergeant here.
What can I help you with?
Sergeant Webb?
Yes.
Can I just get your badge number, sir?
245.
245, how are you? So my name is Jason. I'll give you this is my son Ben. Okay? I think your officer here got a little hot right off the cuff, jumped out of his car and didn't need to go that way. De-escalation is key, and I know it's written into your policy, so I think that he could have tried that first, just a suggestion. But what we're doing is we're doing a little tour of your building, first time we've ever been in Provo. Okay? We just met numerous employees, went into just about